Picture this. You walk into your apartment after a long day. She's there, sitting on the couch, scrolling through her phone. Everything looks normal. She even smiles when she sees you. But something feels off. Your gut is screaming, but you can't put your finger on why. Here's the truth most men refuse to accept. The body never lies, even when the mouth does. Welcome to the behavioral audit that could save your sanity, your resources, and your future. I'm going to show you 7 micro-expressions and body language patterns that reveal psychological incongruence, the kind that happens when someone is carrying the weight of betrayal. This isn't about paranoia. This is about pattern recognition. This is about protecting your energy from manipulation. Let's begin. Sign number 1. The dopamine withdrawal. Here's what you need to understand about human psychology. When someone engages in secretive behavior that creates intense emotional highs, their baseline behavior shifts dramatically afterward. You'll notice her checking her phone constantly, but the moment you walk into the room, she either flips it face down or holds it against her chest. This isn't just about hiding messages. It's about protecting the source of her dopamine rush. Watch her micro-expressions when notifications come through. Does she get that split-second look of excitement before catching herself? That's the tell. Her body is craving the chemical reward of the forbidden interaction, but her conscious mind knows she needs to hide it. The male mistake here is thinking this behavior is normal because everyone's on their phone these days. Wrong. There's a difference between casual phone use and protective, secretive behavior. The consequence of ignoring this pattern, you become the stability she uses while getting her thrills elsewhere. The stoic move? Observe without accusation. Document the pattern. A woman who respects the relationship doesn't guard her phone like state secrets. Sign number 2, the cleansing rituals. This is where psychology meets primal instinct. When someone feels psychologically dirty from betrayal, their body responds with compulsive cleaning behaviors. She'll take longer showers than usual, sometimes immediately after coming home. She might change clothes more frequently, even when they're still clean. Pay attention to her grooming patterns. Is she suddenly more concerned with oral hygiene, brushing teeth multiple times, using mouthwash obsessively? These aren't just hygiene habits. They're psychological cleansing rituals. Her subconscious is trying to wash away the evidence of her actions, even when there's no physical evidence to remove. The male mistake is thinking this is just taking better care of herself. The consequence? You're funding her self-care routine while she processes guilt from betraying you. The stoic approach? Notice the timing. If these rituals happen specifically after she's been out or after certain phone calls, that's your answer. Sign number 3, the eye contact deficit. The eyes are the window to the soul, and when that soul is carrying secrets, the windows get shuttered. Watch her eye contact patterns during conversations. Someone experiencing guilt will unconsciously avoid prolonged eye contact because maintaining it while lying creates cognitive stress. You'll notice her looking slightly to the left or right when answering direct questions about her day or whereabouts. She might also engage in excessive blinking or eye rubbing. These are self-soothing behaviors that activate when the nervous system is under stress. Here's the advanced pattern. She'll overcompensate by making intense, almost aggressive eye contact at random moments, trying to prove her honesty. But it feels forced and unnatural. The male mistake is accepting surface-level eye contact without noticing the quality and timing. The consequence? You miss the nonverbal confession happening right in front of you. The stoic move? Trust your instincts about what feels authentic versus performed. Sign number 4, the territorial shift. Human beings are territorial creatures, and when someone introduces a third party into an exclusive relationship, the territorial dynamics shift immediately. She'll start creating physical distance during conversations, sitting further away on the couch, turning her body away from you even during casual interactions. Watch for the shoulder positioning. If her shoulders are consistently turned away from you, even when her face is toward you, that's psychological withdrawal. She might also start claiming more personal space, being less receptive to casual touch, or creating barriers with pillows, phones, or laptops during conversations. This isn't about needing space. It's about guilt creating an invisible barrier. The male mistake is thinking she's just in a mood or needs space. The consequence? You give her the distance she's subconsciously requesting while she processes her betrayal. The Stoic approach: respect the distance, but recognize what it represents. A woman who wants to work on the relationship moves closer, not further away. Sign number 5, the energy inversion. This is perhaps the most telling sign because it involves a complete flip in her energy patterns. If she was typically low energy and suddenly becomes hyperactive, or if she was usually upbeat and becomes withdrawn, pay attention. Betrayal creates psychological chaos that manifests as energy inversion. She might become overly talkative about trivial matters while avoiding substantial conversations, or she might become unusually quiet and claim she's just tired more often than usual. Watch for random bursts of affection that feel performative rather than genuine. These guilt-driven displays of love are her subconscious trying to balance the scales of betrayal. The male mistake is enjoying the extra attention without questioning its sudden appearance. The consequence? You become emotionally invested in behavior that's driven by her guilt, not her genuine feelings for you. The Stoic move? Appreciate consistent energy patterns over dramatic swings in either direction. Sign number 6, the narrative inconsistency. When someone is managing multiple versions of reality, their stories start to crack under pressure. Listen for inconsistencies in her accounts of where she's been, who she's talked to, or what she's done. But here's the key. It's not just about obvious contradictions. Watch for over-explaining simple questions. When you ask, "How was your day?" does she provide an unnecessarily detailed timeline? That's psychological overcompensation. She's providing too much information because she's afraid of seeming secretive. But the excess detail creates more opportunities for inconsistency later. Also notice if she starts asking you detailed questions about your schedule when she never cared before. This could indicate she's trying to plan around your availability for her own activities. The male mistake is thinking detailed answers show transparency. The consequence? You get lost in the complexity of her stories instead of noticing they don't add up. The Stoic approach? Keep mental notes of key details and notice when they change without reasonable explanation. Sign number 7, the mirror behavior. This is the most sophisticated pattern and requires careful observation. When someone is psychologically invested elsewhere, they unconsciously start mirroring behaviors, speech patterns, or interests from that other person. She might start using new phrases or slang that doesn't match her usual vocabulary. Her music preferences might shift suddenly. She might develop new interests or opinions that seem to come out of nowhere. Pay attention to her laugh. If it sounds different, or if she laughs at different types of humor than usual, she might be unconsciously adopting someone else's sense of humor. Watch for changes in her texting style, her fashion choices, or even her food preferences. These adaptations happen because humans naturally mirror people they're emotionally connected to. The male mistake is thinking personal growth is always positive. The consequence? You're watching your woman transform based on someone else's influence while thinking she's just finding herself. The Stoic move? Genuine personal growth happens gradually and includes you in the conversation. Sudden personality shifts happen when someone else is influencing her development. Here's what you need to understand. These signs aren't about controlling anyone or becoming paranoid. They're about developing the emotional intelligence to recognize when someone's behavior doesn't align with their words. The body broadcasts psychological states, whether we want it to or not. Guilt, excitement, fear, attraction, all of these create micro-expressions and behavioral patterns that trained observers can recognize. The high-value man understands that relationships require emotional investment, and that investment should be protected through awareness, not blind trust. You're not responsible for her choices, but you are responsible for how you respond to them. If these patterns are present, you have 3 stoic options. Have a direct conversation about your observations, create distance to protect your energy, or end the relationship to preserve your self-respect. What you don't do is ignore the evidence your gut is processing. Trust patterns, not words. Respect actions, not explanations. A woman of character doesn't exhibit these behaviors because she doesn't engage in the activities that create psychological incongruence in the first place. Your time, energy, and resources are valuable. Invest them in someone whose body language matches their commitment level. The choice is yours, but now you have the tools to make an informed decision based on behavioral evidence, not just hope and wishful thinking.